7 days a week.
High Power 102.7 FM, the voice that echoes through every home, every heart. From the streets to the studio, we bring you real talk, real music, and real moments. We are not just a station, we are a movement. High Power 102.7 FM, the pride of the people.
The time is 12 o'clock. Good afternoon, here's iPower 102.7 FM Media News. My name is Inioluwa Adekoya. First, the headlines. Resident doctors suspend strike. Stakeholders charge universities over international grants. On the foreign scene, tension grips Zimbabwe over constitutional amendment. And in sports, Osimhen recuperates from injury. Details of this and more in a moment. Please stay tuned. Glad to have you back, and now the news in detail. Amid the soaring global crude oil prices and the threat by the United States President Donald Trump to heighten war within Iran, Dangote Refinery has increased its gantry price of premium motor spirit petrol price to 1,275 naira per litre from 1,200 naira per litre. This means that $20 billion refinery increased in gantry fuel price by slightly 75 naira or 5%. The development came after nearly a week of stable domestic fuel price despite crude oil price volatility. The president of Dangote Refinery, Aliko Dangote, assured Nigerians and Africans of maximum and sufficient petrol supply despite the disruption caused by the Iran-United States-Israel war. Moving away from that story, the Nigerian Association of Resident Doctors, NARD, has announced the suspension of industrial action. The strike, triggered by unpaid allowances, delayed salaries, and other welfare issues, was called out following high level of government intervention. The National Executive Council, NEC, of NARD said the suspension was a demonstration of goodwill in response to engagement by the Vice President, the Coordinating Minister of Health and Social Welfare, the Minister of Labour and Employment, the Minister of Finance, and other key stakeholders. However, the association has given the federal government a 2-week ultimatum to resolve outstanding matters, including the reversal of altered professional allowance stable part, payment of promotion and salary arrears, and the disbursement of 2026 Medical Residency Training Fund (MRTF). Moving on, as part of efforts to remain competitive in the global academic space, Nigerian universities have been urged to strengthen their capacity to attract international research grants and diversify their funding sources. This formed the focus of a workshop organized by the Committee of the Vice Chancellors of Nigerian Universities in partnership with Optimal Delivery Solution Project and Corporate Service Limited, held at the CVCNU Secretariat in Abuja. The workshop, themed Unlocking Global Funding, Resource Mobilization and International Craftsmanship for Nigerian Universities, brought together key stakeholders to address funding challenges in the sector. The Secretary General of CVCNU, Professor Andrew Aruna, who spoke at the event, said the changing global academic environment has made it imperative for universities to look beyond traditional funding sources. This media news is coming to you from iPower 102.7 FM in Inioluwa. Still to come on the foreign tension grips Zimbabwe over constitutional amendment. And in sports, Osimhen recuperates from injury.
Whether you're tuning in for breaking news, in-depth analysis, or community updates, Hyper 102.7 FM remains your most trusted source. Because when it comes to news, the truth matters. Hyper FM 102.7.
Welcome back, and now to foreign matters. Fears are growing in the opposition circle in Zimbabwe that the ruling ZANU-PF party is making a new grab for power as it presses ahead with constitutional amendment aimed at giving parliament rather than voters the right to elect the president and to extend this term from 5 to 7 years. Reacting to the suspected political move, Tendai Biti, a veteran opposition politician and former finance minister, while speaking with newsmen, described the move as a slow coup that is unfolding in Zimbabwe. Still talking foreign matters, President Donald Trump has agreed to a proposed 2-week ceasefire between the United States and Iran if shipping is allowed to move through the Strait of Hormuz, while Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi says Tehran will agree to the end in fighting if the attacks against Iran are halted. Meanwhile, as Israel supports Trump's decision to suspend strikes in Iran, there has been another misunderstanding between Pakistan Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif and Israel Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu about the inclusion of Lebanon in the agreement. The ceasefire came just over an hour before Trump's time deadline from Iran to make a deal, or else all civilization will die. Oil prices have also fallen sharply due to a ceasefire announcement, with trading wells under $100 per barrel. And now to the sporting arena. Super Eagles striker Victor Osimhen has stepped up his recovery from the arm injury sustained during a Cambuur's-side UEFA Champions League clash with Liverpool last month. The 27-year-old spent last week working in the gym after undergoing surgery, and according to an update from Galatasaray's official website, the forward has now started doing running drills on the field with the physiotherapist. Osimhen is expected to return to full team training on the 20th of April, while he is expected to be put forward to face Fenerbahce in the Intercontinental Derby a few days later. To end the iPower 102.7 FM media news, let's take another look at the main point. We told you in the course of the bulletin that the Nigerian Association of Resident Doctors, NAD, has announced the suspension of the industrial action.